Are you tired of boring tabletops? Well, today I'm going to show you an easy and realistic DIY method to create great looking wheat fields for your tabletop. If you haven't already, do please like and subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. So to start off with, bases, cut them to whatever size you're going to want. You could use cardboard, you could use core flute signs, you could use foam core, whatever you've got to hand. I, at work, have big signage, and once it's finished, we take it down. And it's not foam core, but it's kind of similar. It's a similar material to foam core. It's pretty hard wearing, so that's what I'm using. But realistically, anything that you can get your hands on. Next up, the actual wheat itself is just going to be your floor mats that you find in most hardware stores. Go for the cheaper ones. Don't obviously spend a lot of money on something expensive. If you've got one at home which you're going to throw out, you can give it a clean up. You could possibly use that one depending on its condition. But yeah, just find a reasonably cheap one. Thin-ish base rubber. You don't want one which has really thick rubber on the base. Then using the templates for the ground that we had earlier, flip the mats over, draw them out, and then using your blade, just cut them out. And then make sure you've got a little bit of space around the edges. There are, I guess you could say, several methods. You've probably seen some of my previous videos where I just flap down the fields on the tabletop without any surrounds. That works. However, these ones we're just going to be spending a little bit more time and making them look better. So to allow us to get that, we just need a bit of space around the edge so that we can blend them in later. And then once you're happy with them in position, get your PVA or wood glue, whatever you're using, stick them down. You could probably use hot glue as well. So next up, what we do is we're going to take the glue again and mix it with some dark brown. You could go green, but then we're just going to use this now because we're going to start the flocking process. So slap it all over the surface. You could prime the base depending on what the material is. I've used this in the past just for, you can kind of see it's kind of got greys and stuff all over it as a baseboard for when I've been painting other miniatures, so it's kind of already got a, you could say, a bit of a base coat on it, but it's up to you. Possibly that would be a good idea. Anyway, with your tinted glue, let's call it, paint it all over the base itself. Also with these carpets, floor mats, sorry, not carpets, you will see around the edge there's kind of a little lip of, I don't know, 5 mils, quarter of an inch of rubber. So you do want to get your glue mixture onto that as well, just so that it will blend the two in quite seamlessly. But paint it all over. Some materials will absorb your glue very fast, so you will need to reapply before you start flocking. So just keep that in mind. This material didn't really, so I was quite lucky in that sense. Although the sides, they did suck it in quite a lot, so just keep that in mind when you're doing your projects. And just make sure it all gets coated nicely. Then when we're ready, I've got the big tub. Just trying to make sure flock doesn't go everywhere. My flock mix is a real mix now. It's not just the flock itself, there's sand which has gone into it, there's stones. I think it gives it quite a nice mixed look rather than all being uniform. But use whatever you like. And then just sprinkle it around. Try not to get it into the actual mat itself. It will come out, but it's just a bit of a hassle. So if you can avoid that, even better. But once you've got it on, shake it all out. And then you've got a pretty nice surround to your pieces. We now make a few additional pieces, so I've stuck on a few pieces of flock here, put a few stones on, and really the sky's the limit at this stage. You can add in whatever you want just to make them unique, so they're not just fields. Here's some fencing which you could put around the edge to make it look like a farmer's prized field which he's trying to keep the animals out from. There's many different methods and options at this stage for you to make them your own. So for me, DIY wheat fields made like this are a real game changer for sort of miniature wargaming, wargaming terrain. Not only are they cost effective, I mean the mat itself I think was $12, and out of that, depending on how big you want your fields to be, you can get, I think I've cut somewhere in the region of about 16 different fields out of it. So when you break that down, you're looking at less than $1 per field, plus a little bit of flock here and there. So very cost effective. And as I said, they're so unique, you can add your own touches to it to really make them interesting. So never will your battlefield be the same as someone else's. It's no longer just a generic field. You can really make them really cool, really individual. So I hope you really enjoyed today, guys, and it's been quite interesting for you. Please do like and subscribe. Also, please take some photos of your wheat builds or whatever you're creating, your projects, and share them to the Facebook page, because we all love to see what we're all working on. But until next time, guys, stay safe, keep gaming,